How's everyone doing today? Shankar PI here. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin, the Bitcoin price, S&P 500, and as well as what's the SEC saying to Coinbase about Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies. So without further ado, let's dive right into the charts. All right, guys, so this is the Bitcoin chart right here. So currently, we have been having some bearish movements. Price has been pushing down. Currently, I wouldn't say we are heading further exponentially up, but right now we have from this low. So we've broken down from this support, which was resistance, and broken back up. So this does not necessarily mean we're going to be heading higher and just heading up and up. But what that does indicate to us that this is a sign of weakness in the price here, right? So there is a better probability for us to actually head back down to this area and maybe come down to this zone than us just blasting off like that. So for us to really say like, okay, we're probably going to be heading higher back into this area, we would need to at least see the price bounce up and then come back down to the zone and then head higher. So we would be looking for that for the Bitcoin price, right? But right now, just consolidating lower and lower at the moment. And there are a couple of reasons. I do believe that the charts tell the news and the news comes afterwards. But we're going to look here at the SEC and Coinbase. So the SEC asked Coinbase to halt trading in everything except Bitcoin, CEO says. So if we think about Bitcoin and all these other cryptocurrencies are businesses. So you have to keep that in mind, is that most of these businesses, one, they're going to fail. Two, is that if it's a business and they're selling, even though it's cryptocurrencies, they're selling shares of their business to the public, that would be considered a security as well as they're using the money to, help fund their business. So that would be considered a security. Why Bitcoin is not a security is because Bitcoin is not a business. People aren't profiting off Bitcoin more than the miners that are validating the node, as well as the people that are trading in and out of the currency. So besides that, there's not too much. It's pretty black and white, but we'll see what happens. I do believe that the SEC is kind of playing a game with cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, and they're kind of just playing around. Like right now, having this news, it is bearish news, but at the same time it is also bullish news, because this is normally what happens. This is the type of news that happens at the bottom of the market because it scares people out of the market. So this is when you actually start getting into the market, right? So let's look here. We have Bitcoin, boom. So we're still here in the smart money accumulation, right? And over here, when we're in the smart money accumulation as well, we had the COVID drop, but at the same time, there were people talking about, coins got to be delisted. Around here, this is when they said XRP needs to be delisted, and it didn't get delisted. It did get delisted and went through the court case. So similar over here, we're having news like that as well happening. So you want to keep that in mind as you are trading, is that the news is sensational. Right? It makes money. It's making money off of the people who read it. So they need to make sure that they have the audience still available listening to what's going on. Because how do the news make money? They make money through ads. And the only way that people are going to pay for ads is if they get individuals watching the news, right? So it's entertainment. All right, so what we're going to look at is Bitcoin right now. I mean, the S&P 500 pushing up heavy, right? We're pushing up heavy. We're not in a recession per the charts. Definitely not in a recession. But, we are getting closer to price discovery. I'm actually very surprised how fast this is coming to fruition. I'm pretty, I've been in the markets a couple years now, observing coming in and out of the market. But I would say this is, I was not anticipating for the price to push up so heavy. So that's something that's very impressive to watch and see. But we are waiting for the price discovery, blue sky to actually take place. And we're gonna have crazy momentum again. Everyone's gonna be talking about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency stocks, the AIs, and all of that, right? So you want to keep that in mind as positioning yourself for where the money's going, and this is where the funds are going at the moment, gonna be going, right? So yeah, guys, Bitcoin's on an uptrend, S&P's on an uptrend. We can get a pullback. I mean, it was earnings week, so companies were doing pretty well. We have AMD that closed pretty bullish. Well, I mean, yeah, we had a pretty nice close here on AMD to 120. So close out 120, and yeah, that's really all for it. We have gold that pushed up as well. Yeah, we have gold that's pushing up well during this time, and if we look at the TLT, keep an eye on the TLT. It is showing weakness. We do have bearish. We do have weakness right now in the TLT. You can see we're making lower lows. And realistically, guys, is that as the TLT pushes down, that is a signal to go risk on. So we are consolidating lower, guys. So this is an indication for us, like, okay, we are more risk on than risk off at the moment. We look at the DXY. Well, the DXY is, yeah, so we have this bearish candle on the 4 hour, but it's not, I mean, we are in a downtrend right now. So we've broken this low, made a lower low, and you know, this bullish and bearish engulfing, I mean, the market's closed, but can be the start of the next leg lower to break this low over here, right? So let's keep that in mind, guys, that things are setting up again for Bitcoin to actually, and the altcoins, and the S&P 500 to actually have some bullish movements. And if we look on the daily as well, guys, in 28 minutes we would have this bullish engulfing candle, a nice bullish engulfing candle on the Bitcoin price. And you know, this could be a signal once we break out, once we close, that we've broken out of this consolidation area to head to the next leg higher. And like I was saying, is that the only area that I was looking to purchase Bitcoin would be at this level here. So we tapped it. We're heading, it looks like we could be heading higher, but let's not hold our breath. We have 27 minutes until the candle closes, so let's see what's going on there, right? So we look at the weekly again, guys, uptrends, we've broken highs, you know, strong uptrend right now for the Bitcoin price. So I don't see any reason why right now that we wouldn't be really bearish right now, guys. We're not looking for any bearish price action at the moment. I'm very impressed with the S&P 500 and how fast it's gone here. I mean, yeah, we're halfway through 2023, so I guess time does pass, but yeah, very impressed, yeah. So let's look at the Bitcoin dominance. So we have the Bitcoin dominance right now. So we had this bearish engulfing. So we had this bearish engulfing here. Right, add this bearish engulfing candle. And so this is an indication that the price could keep coming down. However, Bitcoin doesn't have, the Bitcoin price doesn't have that, like the volume isn't that heavy, so you have to take these candles into consideration, because it's not like trillions of dollars are moving this market, so you really do have to take that into consideration. So we have right now the candles are showing us we broke under this support, but we're breaking back above it. So you know, looking to see if we have what will happen in this area here. So we're looking to see what will happen in this area. Will we get a push down, or will we continue pushing up? So, you know, if this was an asset, so this is just the dominance of Bitcoin. So, you know, and the volume is a lot lower. But right now, what we can see is that two things. We are actually making higher lows. So we haven't broken this low here. So until we break this low, we are still in an uptrend. So until we break this area here, we are in an uptrend. So any fluctuation in between, any fluctuation here, you know, we would be still in an uptrend until we get to this area. Once we get to this area, if we break below and have a retest, then we can consider, okay, we're going to be heading lower. But until then, there's no indication to me saying, okay, we're going to be heading lower on the Bitcoin dominance. We're just can possibly be having a pullback. Now, there is this strong volume candles, bearish volume candles that's coming in. So this is an indication to us that, okay, once we get to this area, we could have a push down and more consolidation before heading higher. But what I would anticipate, guys, is that, you know, look for this area here as a support. We're looking at this area for a rejection and then this area as a rejection. So you really want to kind of gauge and see, okay, what are we, you know, what will happen in these areas, right? So we got this sell down a bit, but realistically, nothing is telling us that the Bitcoin dominance is actually going to start flipping bearish. And because of that, that hasn't happened. That's indicating to us that altcoins are still going to bleed. If Bitcoin has a rally, altcoins are still going to bleed down. So you want to keep that into consideration as you're trading in and out of altcoins. I know Bitcoin ordinals have been doing well if you're in that, but if you look at the total 3, you know, it's just consolidating right now, guys. We're really just consolidating, you know, so just keep these things in mind. All right. But yeah, that's really all for today, guys, with the Bitcoin dominance, with the total 3. So right now we're just at this area right here of resistance. So let's see what happens. We have exhaustion candles. We have exhaustion candles right here. You know, we have exhaustion candles, pushing down. So the buyers are currently, you know, exhausted in this area. So we would like to see, you know, what will happen. And as well as when we got to this area again, we had a big bearish engulfing candles. So there is, we're looking at this, a good probability that we will start selling down more as we get to these areas. So that's really it, guys. I hope you enjoy your day. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe, and tune in next time for some more Bitcoin and altcoin news. You know, I'll definitely post again tomorrow, and if you do have any questions or you would like me to post anything about altcoins, Bitcoin, or anything else, I'll definitely post it and, you know, go through them with you guys. All right, so take care, enjoy your day, and tune in tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe, and share as well. All right, take care.